Mexico. This treaty was initially between Colombia, Mexico, and Venezuela, and then until Venezuela left the treaty, was signed on June 30, 1994, entering into force on January 1 of 1995 of the Taiwanese and access to markets through the gradual elimination of tariffs, recognizing the most sensitive sector in each country, advance a reduction in 10-year period of tariffs, easy to markets, prohibition of tariff and non-tariff barriers, phytosanitary measures, control illegal activities, disadvantage, trade balance, imbalance, opportunities for the country. The 97% of the sport products have been with free of tariffs, notable increase in sports, each an entry and exit of products from the two nations, improves opportunities in the Colombian agro-industrial sector, favor small professionals by publishing their products.
The free trade agreement between Colombia and Costa Rica. This agreement was negotiated in 2012, signed in 2013, and implemented through the Decree 1232 on July 2016. Costa Rica is one of the most stable economies in Latin America, which encourages economic access through the trade where Colombian manufacturers are positioned in an attractive market. One of the benefits was the periodic tariff reductions of 3 to 15 years in products such as tobacco, eggs, cigarettes, fruit, ceramic, cement, medicine, or glass. In this agreement, both sides are benefit and are encouraging each other to develop their country. Even if there are competing economies, local business will be affected. And as long as the economy is not competitive, they will be closed, in addition to agricultural products not devoid of the agreement.
Chile and Colombia, the free trade agreement was signed on the 27 November 2006. Development with the two countries to facilitate the expansion of the trade, remove obstacles on the trade, the movement of goods and services, increment investigation opportunities. The trade agreement of the Colombia and the Chile began in the Latin American integration process in the trade of Montevideo, 1980. Limitation of the trades in the services, telecommunication, and the final services were agreed in the Bulletin's clause. The will allow the to-do zone in the factory, services, agribusiness, manufacturing.
Made and balancing and harmonious development of these member countries under conditions of equality to accelerate growth, tongue integration, and economic and social competition. To encourage participation in the regional integration process with and win to gradual formation of Latin American common marketing. It's made up of Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. It was signed on 26 May 1986 and entered into force on 16 October 1986. Benefits are reduction on traffic on products, barriers to unified commercial practice, and decent employment. Disadvantages are filing productivity, governments which opposing domestic political and trade barriers. As international exchange opportunity in agriculture, industry, and investment fund, logistics, and metal
The free trade agreement between Colombia with the European Free Trade Association. This agreement was signed in November 2008 and approved in January 2010 through the Law 1372. It was among to the 4 states belonging to the EFTA: Switzerland, Norway, Liechtenstein, and Iceland, although it was defined on different dates with each country. For this agreement, the plan was to achieve the release of goods and services to increase competition in their economies and strengthen international relations between them. With the sinking of the train, a generalized system of preference for agricultural sector is created, tariff gains in transport, petroleum, and coal, in addition to helping to the preferential access to a big market and with high capacity to buy. But it leaves the economy most exposed to external factors, and the import of gas will increase substitutes affecting the Colombian economy.
Mercosur. Subscription Day, July 21, 2070. Deposit Day with Aladi, October 4, 2070. Effective Day, Argentina, December 20, 2070. Brazil, December 20, 2070. Uruguay, June 11, 2080. Paraguay, January 29, 2090. Objective is to establish a legal and institutional framework for cooperation and economic and physical integration that contributes to the creation of expanded economic space that tends to facilitate the free movement of goods, services, and the full use of productive factors, a condition of competition between the country parties. Advantage in allows the country to use itself of the international state, strengthening the possibilities of the negotiation in a multilateral framework, being an instrument for development of Colombia in a sought to boost investment among the subscribed states and promote a great degree of coordination in trade regulation, higher economic growth, Disadvantage: the primary sector of the national economy is affected. Domestic economy stability increase a local market dependence on imports, greater technological demands, opportunities for the country, free area, position the products of domestic market in international market. With the tax relief, it will not be so difficult for Colombian companies to promote, have a high demand for their products as a population that resides in Mercosur. It's around million.
TLC and Colombia and the United Kingdom do create that the condition of the integration and the preference as the we have today an important market and maintain and the phase of the process in the eighth from the hero block. Quito, Ecuador, 15 May 2019. Colombia talks with San Peru and Ecuador. Will the United Kingdom the instrument that was with the present commercial framework and relationships that curate has the argument with the Europe elimination or reduction of the tariff rates and the trade in the goods and the services agricultural.
Try is to promote trade between countries by reduction in employment, to accelerate, coordinate, and sustain economic development, to integrate and expand the international economic agreement between Colombia and Cuba. And Cuba signed this contract in 2000 and entered in the force on July 10, 2001. These are access to the market, trading services and transport, trade corporation, inscribed in industrial property. Disadvantages are drop in productivity and increase in unemployment, political inequality, little agricultural industry. Opportunity are high demand for products are the sugar industry, tourism, and the pharmaceutical industry.
The tolls for an TLC with Panama began in March 2010. Advantage: access a market with a purchasing power that is nearly 50% higher than the Colombian market with an import orientation in industrial goods. Clear and stale rollers for inventors from both countries. Improve channels and flows of customer information to handle face problems and avoid irregularities in cross-border trade. Considerable increase in exports. Opportunities for the country. There is a positive trade balance with said country. Panama is a business center in the region. It will have a headway to markets. It will allow Colombian business to send their merchandise to free zone and from there distribute to other countries more easily.
The Free Trade Agreement between Colombia and the Republic of Korea. Signed on February 21 in 2013 after almost 4 years of negotiations and entered validity on July 15 of the same year. It takes this one as a target, to open the Colombian economy for new markets and to achieve a relation with a key country in the world economy. Inside this agreement, there had such benefits like the tariff preference of products of several sectors like coffee, cocoa, flowers, manufactures, or fruits that have a tax relief of between 3 and 10 years. Nevertheless, in sectors as the diesel train, the competition for prices it will be very well known since the Korean side offers benefits and the price sometimes is less than the Colombian. Although one hopes that the Colombian exporters should take part of the Asian market and promote its exporting capacity.
Pacific Rim Alliance to form an era of development integration that will promote the great ground development and the competence of the practical economy Chile, Colombia, and Mexico and Peru. Established in the April the 2011 and the formally and legally constituted on June the 2011 with me and Son on the Alianza Pacific Framework. The creation of the Empresarial Capital Fund to crisis and Pacific Alliance national employees and the country's economic growth will be accepted. According to agricultural sector is the following with affected sector is the manufacturing being in the vein for country.
Is to promote trade between countries to strengthen Colombian trade capacity and therefore seeks to build better trade conditions and the great bull in various areas. Agreement between Colombia and the United States. The trade was signed in Washington on 22, 2006 and entered into force on 15 May 2012. These are traffic stable describing any employment growth in exportation, technology and scientific advance. Advantages are rice, quacha and chicken products are affected more economical products. Opportunity and the more exporting companies and the sector and the automobile, medicine, consumer materials and fresh products.
Canada. This agreement is made up of the countries of Colombia and Canada, subscribed in Lima, Peru in November 21 of 2008, the agreement entered into force on August 15 of 2011. Objective: create a space free of restriction in shares of growth and economic development. And the agreement frees trade in goods and includes various commitments. Advantage: enter the Canadian market without paying duties. Large capital flows from Canada promotes then creates investment from Canada to Colombia, the opening the companies in the national financial sector, specifically those the portfolio issues of pension funds. Disadvantage: higher demands on production levels, large gaps in logistics, directly affects small and medium-sized business. Colombia has a lower per capita income. Opportunities for the country. National products have preferential access to sophisticated markets with great growth potential. National the cooperation relationship has been consolidating. They have chosen Colombia for the world trade plane, and we are a country in which Canada has focused in the cooperation and education, business support, and trade facilitation. Tariff access was obtained immediately for Colombia current and potential exports of agricultural supply for 98 of agricultural imports from Colombia.
The Free Trade Agreement between Colombia and Northern Triangle. The negotiations began in 2006. They came into force between 2009 and 2010 for every country through the Decree 1241 in 2008. This agreement happens between Colombia and El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. The agreement with this country wants to improve the conditions of access to their respective markets, taking advantage of their economies and promoting mutual investment. For this purpose, they offer a great tariff preference for products such as sulfur, emeralds, salt, fish, and electric energy, in addition to the ease of importing raw materials for 10% of normal value, creating a free trade area. So to supply demand, the Colombian countryside is not prepared. It will therefore be necessary to industrialize the agricultural sector to improve the conditions of production and competition in import with the other countries.
TLC and Colombia and Venezuela, the Patriot Agreement of the Commercial and Natural was signed on November 28, 2011 by the President of Colombia and Venezuela. The annexes were signed on April 15, 2011. The development of the economy is stimulated and the deferred trade and the balance between two countries in terms of the rain materials trade, agriculture.
Dinamarca, Granada, Montserrat, San Cristóbal, Nieves, Saint Lucia, Saint Vicente, and Grenadines, and Colombia. Colombia signed the treaty on 24 July in 1884 and entered in the force in 1st January in 1885. Of destroy individual and common improvement in their countries, the describing in the employee rate, the positive recognition in the international advantages are the different and changed economic for infrastructure to facilitate transport, political, social, and economic inequalities between countries. It has great opportunity because the vast majority of the countries maintain an independence on imported products. The main products are textile, manufacture, and agricultural products.
Unión Europea, the trade agreement between Colombia and Peru and the European Union and its member states. It was signed in the city of Brussels, Belgium on June 26, 2012. Objective: define clear and predictable rules again regarding in goods, services, and with respect to business flows. Advantage: allow Colombian entrepreneurs to sell the goods and services without barriers and market of 303 million inhabitants, better access for Colombia services provided in the first world market, and premium environment, a larger product invest, lower prices, and better option in goods and services. Disadvantage: bad payments informants in the practical agricultural sector for light imports for non-national products. Opportunities for the country: high invest in Colombia by UE, have new greater market opportunities, be able to establish new links in the production and application chains, have the possibility of establish product and commercial alliance, provide the Colombian consumer with more option on the purchasing with vendors. The product sector in part benefit from their candidates to now their products in their various markets, even though the companies can't be on the level to compete technological and development reference.
Free Trade Agreement between Colombia and Israel. This agreement is not in force. Negotiations began in March 2012 but agreed that it will be signed in Jerusalem at the end of September in 2020. As an objective, there are to increase trade flows, eliminate tariff barriers, and foster diplomatic relations. It is also considered important since it's the first negotiation with a Middle East country that allows for commercial penetration in this one. It also increased the opportunity that products such as textiles, jewelry, clothing, technology, and agro-industries come to market in that place. Though this will favor principally to the mining sector, the development of natural resources will increase, being a disadvantage for the environment. Also, one looks to the tariff decrease in military armament that will generate an increase in import of the above-mentioned military equipment, being a disadvantage for Colombia.